Hello everybody, Davey Vet 76, it's rains again, and I have my sharps out again, and since my last time out with this, I have opened up the aperture on the peep sight, and we will try it again. I just drilled it out a little bit. Front sight was so fuzzy I couldn't see. We're going to still trying these new loads with the IMR. Wait a minute, let me check that. I was thinking 30-31, but it's not. It's IMR 40-64 at 38.5 grains with no filler, no wad. And hopefully now I should be able to see my front aperture. Alright, I've got the camera in close. I forgot the mount for the camera today. Okay, the aperture is open a little bit. The target is still fuzzy. Don't have the chronograph set up.
You're still shooting low right. Still shooting low right.
However, even though it's so I can still see better. This IMR 40-64, I got this out of the, I want to say the Hornady manual. There's a calf loads. It's a low pressure load. Recoil's pretty crazy because it's almost a 500 grain bullet, so the recoil pretty hefty. You were talking between 470 and 474 grain bullet. And there's 3 shots down there.
You're all over here, but you got one up here in the upper corner now. It's still all left.
I got a vertical string.
You're to the right.
Not really a group.
Everything's down here. You got one up here now.
Not really a group, so
might be backwards.
Try and take a little more time.
You need to move left. If you shoot to the right, you move to the left because then it pulls your gun back around.
I was thinking if I'm shooting right, I move it farther to the right.
If you're shooting here and you're here.
So go left?
Yeah, I would say try to go the other way. Just to see what happens and let me know. Back, Dad. Jump underneath.
I want to get the magazine out.
Okay. I'm shooting high.
It's a hair bit to the left and a hair bit if you're on the upper left corner.
I brought the elevation down a little bit. Let's see how that does. Again, I'm using the accurate mold. I had custom made for this. That mold number is 46-455. And I had the diameter made, custom made for this rifle. It drops out of the mold at 462, I believe. All right. Not really grouping very well.
You got the scope on it, just you moving it now.
Try lowering it some more.
He's on there? Yeah, just him. Hey, you put him all in the center of it. Just him up or down. Yeah. That's where it takes thousands upon thousands of rounds. Okay.
I don't think it really likes this load very much. I'm going to take another shot, see where we're at.
You're shooting to the right. Yeah, I just moved it more. Yeah, my still all right. Also right. Yeah. I get to see where your last one went. Yeah. You got so many holes. If I'm going more this way, I know I'm better. But if I'm still over here, I know I'm wrong. That's what they good about Brian's target. You got that stick on it.
I'm going to shoot some more and see where we're at. We got a break coming up.
There you go. Mark them all.
All right. Well, I went down there and set up some more targets because I've got some of the older load left. And so far, I am not convinced that this rifle likes this load. I'm not getting any kind of group. And this bullet, I was getting better groups before with this same mold. So I don't know what the deal is.
Got two with it. Your time. There's two with it. Both of mine are kind of upper left. That's it.
Might help to cock it back. I'm going to try a new target. There's dirt in the peephole.
Up here on the left side.
Yeah, I changed my position.
Yeah, you're upper left, you can see them. You'll see them when they're about 1 at the 8 and the 9 is about where you're looking at, up on the upper, the upper left side.
Okay.
Those-
Let's try and putting a wad over the powder on my previous loads, but I was also using a different powder because I was using IMR 4198 and the powder would not burn completely and it would leave powder in the chamber, and that's what I got now. I've got powder down in the chamber. There's no wad in this bullet, but after doing some research and from people that follow me were telling me that you can ring the chamber or the barrel or whatever because of the filler.
Take it up and down.
And it's because of a air pocket between the filler and the bullet, which will cause a spike in pressure between the charge and the wad and the bullet in that airspace, from what I read, and it'll cause a ring in the barrel or the chamber. I've never run into that problem, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't happen, and so I'm trying to get away from that. And when I did have the chronograph set up, I was getting some deviation, but I guess deviation wouldn't be a big problem when you're shooting at 50 yards. If it's grouping okay.
The scopes
I might have pulled that one to the right. It felt like I did.
I don't know how you get those to go up.
So
That shot needs to go basically down or up.
I lost the original front aperture I had on this, and I switched to a crosshair front sight.
I can't. I don't.
But the target's just a little fuzzy, but it's not as bad as it was. I did open this up
Okay.
as per suggestion from one of my followers. All right.
So you can get it focused in a little bit.
So I'm shooting the target on the right.
If it's still off on you, you can turn it.
And it's just not, just doesn't like this load. Not even grouping good enough that I can make any kind of adjustments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots, it looks like. And they're shooting 4 lower right, 1 upper right in the bullseye. Yeah, just doesn't like this load at all. I'm gonna bring it up and over just a little bit, just because I can. Problem is I don't have any marks on this thing.
How many did you shoot? How many did you shoot at the top? 2? You got 1 to the bottom below center and 1 up to the right below, or right side basically the same thing I did on the left side. I don't know what Donnie's shooting at.
Red dot.
Okay. I have no vernier scale on the windage.
You shooting a big target, Donnie?
So I don't know
Oh,
where it's gonna shoot.
somebody took out the center.
A hair or something in there.
Ed,
Okay.
he took out the dead center of that little target. Bullseye, that little target. He just got the little eye.
All right.
Sure that wasn't mine, because I normally keep it bigger.
Oh, because it wasn't like that until he just shot it.
Hey, Robert, out.
Yep, you're out. You want to keep shooting?
I'm good.
That's one going, isn't it?
So we know everything was lower right except for one.
Giving up on the little graph.
For now. Yeah, I gotta get this one dialed in now.
Gotta go longer range than that.
I can do this. What did he hit?
5 inches high to the left on that left
I
side.
got my thumb in the trigger there. All right.
Right now a little bit.
Mm.
1 minute, ceasefire, 1 minute.
You know, I changed on the 223 on that Smith & Wesson, the elevation on that open site. You know how that would work?
I'd have to look at it. Not really sure.
Okay. I'm not either.
Get it
Here's my left and right.
Ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. Make firing line safe. Guns down on the table. Magazines out. Action. Total flags installed and set behind yellow line.
How do y'all wide we are?
Your,
Number 4, we have a flag in.
your front post. Somebody needs a
Bring
flag.
the forward, we have a flag in that rifle.
Somebody needs a flagged rifle. Does your front post move up and down?
I don't know. I didn't look at that. Maybe that.
Some like the SKS.
Yeah.
This one, none of these do it, but the SKS moves up and down.
Been shooting it up
And-
All right, thanks, guys. Looks like the line's safe. Let's go down range, put up targets, check targets, come back, get up your ass, and set behind the yellow line.
I know the set me goes up and down, but it looks to me like your front sight moves up and down. We can't. We're not allowed to touch it.
Is it like
Right? It's
a little?
yes. There's a detent there, and you can turn it up or down. You push the detent in, and this is threaded, and that you can see it says up. There's an arrow there.
Yeah.
So you push that detent down and then turn your post up or down.
Is it an Allen wrench or a screw?
It's your front post. Excuse me, I'm drooling. Your front post is square, so there must have been a tool that came with this.
Yeah, might have. Okay.
But depending on how tough these threads are, you just get something and push that post, that little detent right there.
Yeah.
Push that down, and you got quarter. It only turns in quarter turn.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if you just that too stationary. I didn't think about moving the front sight.
He had to go potty.
Normally, I have my toolbox with me. I could have helped you with that, but I didn't bring it.
I haven't shot in a while, and I wanted to bring it out, and I've always just shot it and shoot it. Okay, let me kind of see if I can pull this in a little bit.
Yeah, if he's got some stuff in there, you might be able to just. Yeah.
And I'm assuming if I'm high, I go higher.
If you're high, you go higher. On the back, you would. If you're high, you would go low. But in the front, if you're high, you go up.
Yeah.
It'll bring your barrel down.
Because like when I shoot my bow, if I'm shooting high, I go high.
Yeah.
To bring it down.
Right.
Okay. I want to make sure we're the same concept.
Oh, I didn't pause the camera. Sorry, I forgot to pause the camera. My fellow shooter's down there. He's got a AR-15, and he needed some advice on adjusting his elevation. And it is adjustable with the front sight, and they were looking for tools and advice. And I'm sure they can figure out a way to get the elevation they need. I have very little experience with the AR-15. I shot an M16 a few times when I was in the Guard, but really didn't. I was in Navy aviation as an aviation structural mechanic. And then when I got out of the Navy, I joined the Army National Guard, and since I was prior service, I didn't have to go through boot camp or anything, but I didn't know diddly squat about the Army. And the only firearm I ever shot in the Navy was a .22 caliber rifle in boot camp. And then the Armory, on the base I was on, they would let you go out and shoot. And I would go out with my ex-father-in-law and shoot Model 1911. So I had no experience with the M16, which is similar to the AR-15. And so anyway, this guy needed advice, and since there's no elevation adjustment on the sight system he has on the rear, it had to be the front sight, which it was. So now they're trying to find a tool to make that work. I got involved in that conversation, and I forgot to shut the camera off. I got one more of these bullets left.
Yeah, if it hits, you'll know it.
Are you adjusting it, Brian?
Yeah.
And I don't think it likes this load.
Is this your shooting?
So that's the last of those.
350?
And yeah, it's just, you know, it's group, but it's not good enough. Not for me. So that loads, it was worth a try. I'm really thinking this gun likes the Lee 405 grain hollow base bullet better. And I've done a comparison between this bullet and the Lee bullet, and they shot, in the initial assessment, they shot pretty much the same. One thing I did notice though is these bullets were dropping hot, and this bullet is bent It's not round. And you can see it's hit on one side and not the other. This was one that wouldn't chamber before. So I pushed the overall length down on it till it would chamber, but I don't expect any. I don't expect this one's gonna shoot what the crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down, I got down about 4. Anything on off to the right. I see the hole from here.
Good. That was one of them 4198 bullets with the cotton in it. All right. So that was the IMR 4064 with no filler or wad. And now I'm going back to the IMR 4198 at 27 grains with a wad. And again, it's the same bullet. The overall length is 2 inches 760 thousandths. Everything's the same except it's a different powder and it's using a wad. So that'll be the 4198. And I have one blank target down there on the right. And we'll shoot that here in a minute. All right, I was able to figure out how to help the guy next to me move his front sight. So we're going to shoot this 4198 powder with the cotton ball in it. And since I've got the sights all jacked up for the previous load,
You got her. I'm gonna shoot the top one out.
this is a milder load. Alright. So imagine it's going to shoot really low now. This load's not near as hot. I can't imagine this being a problem when you're using cotton, because the cotton really, there's not a lot in there, just enough to hold the powder down.
Oh, you went to the top, Lord.
Blew the whole center out of it.
All right,
I'm just looking at the bottom target.
see where we're hitting.
I've got some kids.
One minute, 6
1 minute.
So we're a little low. Bring the elevation up.
Yeah, hang on to it, but I got it zoomed all the way in. That target looks like it's sitting right here.
I can already tell you it likes this load better.
This is acting up.
As soon as we have the break, we'll go down and look at it. All right.
I got sidetracked trying to buy something. I need to stop. It's a madness. All right, let me jump up here.
Okay. Here we go. Got to talking with these fellows over here. See, I tell you, I left my thumb in here like this and closed up that lever and it bit my thumb. I do like this gun. I may send this mold out and have it made into a hollow base and see if that makes any difference. It'll lighten it up some, that's for sure. I just got to remember the name of the guy that Accurate sends their molds to. I think he's in Utah. His name's Eric.
What, you done already?
Yep.
All right, I'll do one more. We'll check and see. Oh, I got behind the. Ah, crap.
You want the?
All right, I got behind the extractor.
You're down at 100, Brian?
Oh, I got the bullet behind the extractor. Had to knock it. All right. I'll do one more shot here. And
Your first one was good. The second one was high, and the third one I didn't see. Yeah, look at it. There's two right beside you, yours is up here on the left. That was your first shot.
I've got two in the bullseye there.
The second one was high to the left, right at the edge of the target. And your third one, I did not see. You must be in the white somewhere. I shot 4 times. Well, you shot 3. 3? Yeah. The big ones are my 2. Okay. And yours is the upper left. Yeah.
All right, well, just remember,
At the top and your third one I did not
these
see it.
are
The other thing I probably need to look at is the trigger through the target pole.
the ones I'm shooting on the very left target. And I didn't have the recoil pad on this when I shot that round.
I was shooting Brian.
This thing has a steel butt plate on it, and it's a little painful. I am back all the way. Yeah.
Now I feel at least I'm right there. Yeah, better. And I think the other ones are me.
Oh, I'm not back all the way.
Shot it 3 times. Everything's on the left. Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm correcting 20 foot up. Where I'm at.
Trying to keep both eyes open when I shoot, and try to train my right eye to be the dominant eye on the target.
Not even in the black.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're right on now. Beautiful. Yeah. It doesn't like that other load at all. That IMR 4198 is the load with the cotton ball. Okay. These are the last shots with the previous load, the 4198, the 4064. This is where we started out with the 4064. I mean, it groups somewhat, but I'm not impressed with it. And here we are with the IMR 4198, and these were the initial shots. And then I dialed it in, and I could go a tad to the right, but it just likes that load with a little bit of cotton ball over the top. So, you know what? If I ring the chamber, fine. I don't think it's a problem, and I'm just using cotton, so that's the best load I've got so far. Okay, I finished off the rest of that IMR 4198 load with the cotton ball. And yes, I got flyers, but I got a lot of them in the black. And I like the 4198 better. This is where I started with the IMR 4064. This is my next few shots of just trying to adjust. And then I just ran out of ammo. But I still like the 4198 with a little bit of a cotton ball. And I think I'll just stick with it.